is really exposing that he is a semi-sentient limp dildo at the core in the exterior. ITT. Happy San Feancisco American flag eagle shirt. Russian trolls, bots trying to make Biden look bad. That "shut up" was so goddamn cathartic and deserved every syllable of it. Now we know what supporters mean when they say "says what they feel." Just officially said for the white supremacists to stand down and stand by. He actually didn't even say "stand down." He said, "Stand back and stand by," then 30 minutes later told his supporters to go and watch the polls, to make sure there's no fraud. If that's not a Jim Crow dog whistle, I don't know what is. Yeah, he had a chance to condemn white supremacists but refused to do so. He barely said that. He said, "Proud Boys," which, okay, is a subsection of these racist assholes, but the way he paused, said it super quickly, and didn't even say what he was asked to say. Also, yeah, happy San Feancisco American flag. Supporters will of course be pushed farther towards after this. But the voters on the fence should be swayed. I noticed that too. He was well spoken, looked at the camera, and directed everything he said to the people about them and their families. Never looked at the cameras. You could tell he was fuming. And he just kept trying to go off topic every time he opened his mouth. It was so annoying. I really felt for the moderator. His theme was on point. He didn't condemn Republicans and make it partisan. Happy San Feancisco American flag eagle shirt. He talked to the American people about coming together. I thought those moments had some good shine. But it's hard to be eloquent inside a tornado. My blood is boiling just checking the comments to a Reddit post about something that happened in the debate. Pretty sure I'd explode in a bloody mass all over my living room if I turned it on. Is simply unfit to be anywhere but maybe jail. Or maybe the Fletcher Memorial Home for Incurable Tyrants and Kings. I just have to say, it's absolutely disgusting how went after Biden's kids. And good for Biden for sticking up for his family, even the hard parts. I'm Canadian. I don't have a horse in this race. Well, no more so than the rest of the world watching in abject horror, but damn, was that appalling. Happy San Feancisco American flag eagle shirt. Ladies tee. Long sleeved. Sweater and hoodie. Happy San Feancisco American flag eagle ladies tee. Ladies tee. The problem isn't that the voters lacked information, it's that the voters don't have the Happy San Feancisco American flag eagle shirt authority to choose the president. I got a top secret clearance just to be able to cook on contracted military ships. This guy has the keys to the nukes. I had a full FBI background check just to do basic level support for a dispatch station for a local PD. They went so far back as to my weed arrest when I was 16 and I was automatically disqualified for not disclosing that information. I was blown away. Sounds kinda like Iran's system. I am pretty sure lots of boys can totally ignore this. Also, 0% chance Fox will talk about this. Kamala Harris brought it up in the VP debates too. Sadly, it was one of the more overlooked moments. Nobody who has been paying attention at all is unaware that has enormous debts, and enormous debts are a national security risk. Anybody who didn't have their head up their ass back when he was even talking about running in this election knew the guy was a money laundering fraudster. Just finished watching a coked up Eric on ABC this morning trying to defend this. Of course, it was verbal diarrhea. I hate these "we can't just ignore" headlines. We're not ignoring anything. Everything is just so stacked for right now that he's basically untouchable. So what are we supposed to do about it? Happy San Feancisco American flag eagle shirt besides vote. Republicans and cons are ignoring it. That's who it is referring to. And it's the media's job to tell us this stuff, and the media's job to make sure we don't ignore it. Enough with the judge prefaces to the headlines. Donate as much as you can to the Biden campaign. And also any close Senate races. He won't be able to cheat his way out of a landslide loss. I can't get a job until the company runs a credit check on me. Because I might be a risk hire if I am in major debt. But the president of the USA can just be in debt to the mafia, Russians, and his next-door neighbor and be in a position to sacrifice us for him. Happy San Feancisco American flag eagle long-sleeved. Long-sleeved. You can tell MP's preparation was basically having a divorce. Uncle explains the latest Breitbart Happy San Feancisco American flag eagle shirt headlines to him. When he talked about being proud that his son overcame a drug problem, I was like, you betta. Biden is murdering him. Hell, he doesn't even have to say anything. Just laugh at this clown. Every time Biden laughs, it's every single one of us he's laughing for. And then we realized half of America either don't think or heard what they wanted to hear. What he's doing now has worked for him for the past 5 years. It'll still work now. Can't believe Americans lap it up. My mom used to work at a jewelry store and had to have hair sample drug tests. And they'd do a thorough credit report to ensure that you were financially stable. They knew that pocketing a tiny piece of jewelry was all too easy for someone that could be desperate. That would place the entire democracy under the control of the which is itself under the control of the executive president. Do you think this is a good idea? Do we really want to have some government agency okaying who can or cannot be president? Suddenly you aren't having the government operating with the consent of the governed, but with the consent of the agency. What Happy God San Feancisco American flag eagle shirtway actually need is robust and uncompromising transparency laws. Make sure that all dirty laundry Happy San Feancisco American flag eagle shirt is aired. And then the electorate can decide. Yes, that way the people in power can make sure only their guys get on the ballot. Very smart. Yes, that way the people in power can make sure only their guys get on the ballot. Very smart. Our current president would literally not be able to get a security clearance, but was elected commander-in-chief. No, a background check wouldn't help. The large majority of Americans had already decided that the candidate was unacceptable. Happy San Feancisco American flag eagle sweater. Will you shut up, man? This is how he operates. I don't know how Biden can prepare Happy San Feancisco American flag eagle shirt for this unhinged. The Pod Save America guys suggested on yesterday's show that the only way to prepare would be to have someone just spinning a ratchet. Preparing would be to condition yourself not to respond to nonsense and simply apply verbal kung fu, using the opponent's words against them. A dismissive, "that's fake news," is all it takes. Don't try to break down the lies one by one. It's not worth it. Dismiss the lies with a very concise broad statement and move on to actual content. Don't respond with a counter-interruption. Respond with a statement that lets the moderator know they're not doing their job. With all due respect, Mr. Wallace, please maintain the decorum in this debate deserves. I deserve respect, and the American people demand it. It's not Biden's job to babysit a toddler. Happy San Feancisco American flag eagle shirt exploit the weakness of the construct. Don't try to reason with an imbecile. Biden just said what we have been thinking the past 4 years. It's like watching an episode of Jersey Shore. Biden straight up told he's the worst president in the history of the United States by turning everything into a joke. One in 2016. If America's not careful, it's going to happen again. Biden needs to show some anger and treat this election as the national emergency that it is. Disrespecting is the best way to bait him and get him off balance. I think he's alternating between that Happy San Feancisco American flag eagle shirt and anger. You could tell Biden thoroughly prepared and strategized for this. Yeah, you've articulated my concerns better than I managed to, and brought up a whole different area that I hadn't even considered. Indeed, commercializing these drugs would guarantee to ensure that lots of vulnerable people ended up addicted. Happy San Feancisco American Flag Eagle Hoodie. I tuned in for a bit, but as soon as I interrupted and asked how many cops support Biden, I Happy San Feancisco American Flag Eagle shirt immediately turned it off because he wouldn't shut up. I hate that man. No. Let it go. It sounds horrible it's like he's constantly putting out fires. Biden's biggest tool might actually be that he stays relatively quiet, a big boy, and has a lot of rope after 4 years. He told Biden, "You're a number 2. Dude pulled out the kindergarten insults. Like seriously. Shut up until it's your turn. He sounds like a whiny baby and I can't watch it. Dude. I'm not seeing anyone post this, but it is his only strategy. Every time Biden had room to talk, he would do pretty good." Did you see Biden's face when he said that? You could see the physical anger well up inside him. And he physically held himself back to try and stay mildly professional. But the anger in his response was still obvious. I mean, his Happy San Feancisco American Flag Eagle shirt tone changed in an instant. I just wish he hadn't held back. Almost any of the idiotic, malicious things would daily dominate the news for weeks. If things were normal and he was a normal president. But his strategy to just keep doing worse and stupider as quickly and outlandishly as possible, one right after another, works in his favor because we simply can't focus on any one thing to call out. By the time we resolved any one thing he did, he would have added another dozen to the list. His entire life since 2015 has effectively functioned as one big gish gallop, and his supporters will call him presidential for it. The idiot just admitted on live TV to cheating the tax code and said people who want to pay their taxes are stupid. Unfortunately, there are no repercussions for that, as has been proven about 100,000 times. He defended himself for it immediately after saying he didn't. I loved how Biden spoke to the American people. That's the fabric of a real president. Happy San Feancisco American Flag Eagle shirt. This kept pandering and trying to deter Biden by staying hostile and engaging directly at Joe. Absolute brilliant move from the Biden campaign to make sure he stayed engaged with the audience. Other products.